hello, it's me, Simulatorman. Sorry I've been away for months or whatever because I've been ill. I've had to have an operation to have my gallbladder removed, and then I'm still, I'm recovering from it, and then I had to have a camera down my throat and stuff and check what's going on, and then I had to have an operation, and then I'd have my gallbladder removed, so I'm recuperating over that, so that's probably why people have been missing me, thinking, oh, where's Simulatorman bit gone? As well as I got me other people like Zero Blog and stuff like that. Used to do videos with him, and then when I used to live stream, I used to do his fans flights on Flight Simulator, and then I used to do help with him and stuff and collaborate with him. So I'm hoping, I don't know whether he might decide to bring that back. I'm hoping he can, but it's like he said, I think Flight Simulator's done its time now, so we don't know where we begin. But I mean, he's testing other games out, see where his channel goes. I suppose it's the same lot with me, really. I'm thinking, when I start live streaming again, what do I do? Thinking, what do people want to see? Because I do mod my games. Sometimes I do to keep me happy. Like I mod I mod Flight Simulator, Beam. Can't really mod that really, but it's a fun car crashing game. I think it makes me laugh. I'm thinking, if it makes me laugh, it makes other people laugh as well. Another thing I wanted to talk about was always online gaming as well. I mean, like I know they brought the crew back because I know that used to be an always online gaming, so you know they decided to pull the plug on that, and then the modders have somehow simulated the servers and then brought that game back. And I'm thinking to myself, I know what this. I said to Black Panther, I know he's another YouTuber, saying I know the other one's going to go. It's Need for Speed 2015. And I know Ghost Games did that, and that was a great graphics game. I think we can all still believe it can, even though it's handling hit and miss with it, but you know, but with mods we can improve that. I'm thinking to myself, if Ghost or EA going to pull the plug, then we can't play that game no more. I'm thinking it's unfair on people like us spending all this money on games that we want to play, and we can't because other people are saying, oh, they're controlling us in a way. Thinking to myself, I said this is Black Panther. I said to him, we need that game needs an offline patch now. Otherwise, I'm hoping the modders that did the crew, I don't know if they can work something similar for Need for Speed and bring in, so when the EA decides to pull the plug, we can still play our game. It doesn't matter if EA or Ghost decide to pull the plug on that game or many other future games that are coming out. This is always online gaming because we're glued to them. You know, their servers, and thinking if their servers are not working, we can't play our games. Like for many years ago, it happened to Gran Turismo 7. I know they had an outage because somehow they released an update and it broke the game. So it needs us paying like over 70 quid or more for a game we can't even play. And it's happened to me when I brought Flight Simulator 2024. Here's me buying, you know, it cost me 140 quid, and I couldn't even play it because the servers were too overloaded. And this is where Microsoft's fault, or like, you know, thinking here's also a load of millions of players want to play your game, and we can't. And I'm thinking to myself, that's going to need an offline patch as well. Otherwise, this is why all people like me are reverting back to Flight Simulator 2020. Even though I know it takes a longer time to boot, but at least we know that game works. Because I'm thinking to myself, if I'm on Flight Simulator 2024, I'm relying on their servers and input lag as well. Thinking I could be turning the plane left or right, and it's not turning left and right in time when I wanted to turn it left and right. I'm thinking I need to wait for their server, then that's their server to come back to my computer and say, oh, this is what the player wants to do. And I thought this, and then if it's offline and it's locally on my computer, I'm thinking it's there locally. I can like turn it left or go left. If I turn it right, or go right, and you know what I mean, up and down, and you know what I mean. I know it's there. I'm just trying to think of what to start live streaming again when I normally usually live stream on Thursdays with Zero Blog, but I normally start live stream Flight Simulator, but I don't mind live streaming any other game or Need for Speed or anything like that, because I know that's a close game to my heart, because I've been brought up since back of the PS1 days. Getting a disc, slap it in, turn it on, it boots up. I'm not like in the modern days thinking, oh hang on, go wait for an update before I can play my game. Also, I communicate to the server, oh, do you actually own this? Before he boots up. I thought, well, you know, it's now how we've come now. So it's now how technology has progressed. And you know, people are talking about the PlayStation 6 that's coming out that around the corner, probably in 2020, 2028. Everyone thinks it's 2027. Everyone's saying now. And then even though I think there's going to be 3 variants of that. I know there's a normal PS6 console coming out, like the normal one, and then you got a less powerful one. So people that can't afford the normal PS6, they've got a slimmer version one, like a lot, you know what I mean, not less powerful, and a handheld. Which I think the Nintendo's idea with the Switch, where you got to take it out, you can play it, and then the dock it. When it's docked, it's the same. It's gonna be powerful like a PS5, basically, when it's docked. So I don't know if Nintendo can say, well, that's our idea, sort of thing, like, you know. And then I don't know, it's hit and miss where handhelds are coming. And I think they're not, you know what I mean, with that market thinking. And Microsoft obviously going up with the cloud gaming, like always online connected. I'm thinking, well, that might not work. I think once the internet connection goes, once the mobile data goes, you're back to square one. Basically, you got a brick. Like with the Steam Deck, I'm thinking that everyone was born a Steam Deck as well. Thinking, oh, you know what I mean. You can, I know it uses Linux, but you know, I mean, sometimes they're saying Linux is catching up to Windows now. But yeah. So just trying to think, you know what I mean, like with handhelds, and thinking like the best way is forward. It's like, you know, when Sony brought like the PSP come out, when that first, like that's their famous handheld, and then they brought out the Vita, and then the Vita just completely flopped. Because I'm thinking like back in the PS3 days, but the PS3 sounds so hard to make games for, so hard to code for, and then people just gave up on it. So we all just waited for the PS4 to come out, and then we're on the 5, and then we're just waiting for the 6. But everyone's thinking like, I'm hoping the 6 is going to be backwards compatible. Like you just chuck a PS1 game in there, it'll play. Put a PS2 game in there, it'll play. But we all know Sony ain't going to do that, I think. Which is kind of sad, really, if you think about it. It's like putting a PS1 game in, it'll upscale it to whatever the output will be, like 4K or 8K, depending on what TV you've got. I think there's not many 8K TVs out there, and there probably is. I'm thinking that's the best way to play, and then it'd be the best way to keep our childhood games going, because we can play them, even though they're on disc, you know what I mean? We can just plonk it in and off it goes. And there's not many games that are on disc no more. And then we got slapping a disc, and we've got to connect to their server and download the actual game. Like, you know, and then they're saying, you only own the license to it. And then if we lose that license, then we can't play their game no more, even though we paid for it. We can't play it. This is what I'm hating about always online gaming, because we're tied to their infrastructure. You know what I mean? And then it always online gaming always has a shelf life. Like some ordinary gamers will talk about, and probably even Black Panther will tell you as well. It's like an online game has got a shelf life, and it comes up to their shelf life. They'll pull the plug. And then once they pull the plug on that game, we can't gain access to that game no more. They just take it off the marketplace. And they'll be like, oh, sorry, you can't download the game no more. We've took it away from you. I'm thinking to myself, well, where do we stand on that? I mean, you know, you've took our money. Are we entitled to a refund or not, or what? Where do we stand? This is why we're fighting for. Do not take our games away from us, even though we're paying load of money. I'm thinking to myself, like, I thought last night in my head, I'm thinking to myself, even though with offline gaming and stuff, it's helping the people, the game developers as well, because the money's going straight to them. Even though Microsoft and Sony might take, or Nintendo might take their cut, and then the rest of it goes to the game developers as well, goes to the publishers, and you know what I mean. I'm thinking this is the way forward, so we can still play our games no matter what. I'm thinking like Flight Simulator 2024. That's always an online game. If you know Microsoft decides to pull the plug on that, with people paying like 140 quid or £200, they've lost their money. We're thinking, oh yeah, we want to play, but Microsoft will think, oh, they want to play like Flight Simulator 2028 or 2027 on the next one. But I'm hoping to myself they're going to make it offline as well, because this is why people are always reverting back to Flight Simulator 2020, because we can play that game offline. We can play it online as well, but we can play it offline. Well, we can play it offline. We can mod the game to death as well. Like, you know, make better sounds or something like for the planes. Like what I do. It's like I mod my games because I want to. I can. How I want to, like with GTA 5, and if I want to sound my game, my cars, for example, I can, but I'm not harming any other people when I play online. Because I'm playing the game offline, what we want. It's like from the olden days, like for example, I can put in a cartridge in the console, switch it on. It's on. It don't care. And this is why we can what we can. This is why everyone's like Black Panther saying, we've seen a part like people doing old clog saying like put it towards the government saying please make our games. We can always play our games because otherwise always online gaming. And then I'm thinking to myself, when they take our games away from us, our money's gone. And we don't know where we stand on that matter. So I'm trying to think what else to live stream as well. Thinking for you know what I mean. I've got like Beam. That's funny. A car crashing. I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if they can implement that with Need for Speed. But that'd be interesting. Like you know, you know, Need for Speed's an arcade racer. I'm thinking to myself, if you're racing along the track or whatever, or online, you know what you mean, car crashing and stuff like, or your tyre flies off or whatever. I'm thinking to myself that'd be interesting. Or it's getting to a point where as well, with modern consoles and stuff and technology with computers, I'm thinking to myself they can do bigger maps now. I keep saying to Black Panther and stuff like that, I think please make a Japanese map. Like, you know what I mean? Need for Speed, that'll go down well with that game. I think Forza. I don't know. Or the Crew, maybe. The next Crew game, because that's interesting, because I'm always doing like the drifting events. Well, I'm thinking it's more like of an Need for Speed type of game. Because I think to myself, I'm always saying, like, please make a modern, like, you know, Need for Speed Carbon. Like, drifting down the canyons and stuff like that. Like, we can imagine a online duel battle. Or Pink Slip on that. I mean, I'm always thinking, but then again, I don't know whether Pink Slip online would work. I don't know if people would probably abuse that. So that'd be interesting. I'm thinking to myself, I always mention it to Black Panther. I wonder if they can bring that. Or fling an idea to Need for Speed, see if they do it. Because I know Need for Speed, watch Black Panther, because I know he goes to their, I think it's a part of the Need for Speed Unbound. But we don't know we don't know what's happening with Unbound now. I think unless Unbound's ran its course. So we're waiting for Battlefield to come out, because I know they're concentrating on that now. So once we get that out of the way, then I'm hoping, touch wood, they'll work on the next Need for Speed. Well, I've got a gut feeling now. I don't know. It depends on how long it takes to make a Need for Speed game. Unless I run a poll thinking, what do we want for the next Need for Speed? I'm thinking to myself, well, I know what I want. Black Panther obviously knows what he wants. But I'm thinking to myself, I don't know, because I'm thinking to myself, what, 2025 now? It all depends, because I'm thinking to my gut's telling me, I don't know if they're going to wait until the PS6. What, Need for Speed for a launch title? Because I know when that PlayStation 6 comes out, I know they're running three variants on that. I know the normal PS6, and then they'll release like a less powerful PlayStation 6 for people like who can't afford the actual PS6 when that comes out, and the PlayStation 6 handheld, which would be totally like the Switch like the Switch how they work. You take out its handheld, plonk in a little dock, and then it'd be powerful as a PS5. That's what they're saying. But I don't know whether Nintendo can fire back and say, well, that was our idea. But many people go, I don't know, with the market with handhelds. Like, you know what I mean? You got Steam Deck. But I know, heard that Steam Deck are bringing out a console as well. But I don't know, Steam are bringing out a Steam Deck 2, maybe, to compete with the handheld wars. That's the saying. And then I know there's handheld wars. That's what people are saying now. And you've got probably the next console wars to be PS6, I guess. And then you've got Switch 2, the next Xbox, whatever they want to call it. Because I thought when Sony's PlayStation's easy, because they're running in numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the next one obviously going to be PlayStation 6. Or with Xbox, we don't know what they're going to call it. You know what I mean? They got Series X, Series X. And I thought Series meant multiple. Because I thought Series, you know what I mean? Because I thought Series it could be multiple of things. But we all don't know what the code is on that matter. We all don't know what Series S and Series X stands for. We all don't know. So I'm going to leave it all up to you lot now, thinking what do you want me to do? Something, or live stream, or live stream whatever. I don't mind really. So I thought I'd leave it all up to you lot. Please leave like and subscribe. And plus, you know what I mean? I've got merch so people can, you know what I mean? When they can scan my code as well, my QR code at the back. And plus I've got a mug as well, with me and my YouTube stuff on there as well. So I thought leave it as that really. I thought make an update video to say like, you know, I'm coming back, you know, and then we'll go from there. Leave it in the comments please, and then we can go from there, and then we can carry on. Right, love and leave you all. See you all later. Salah.